In today's video, I will show you complete VPC architecture. So normally, what type of VPC architecture we are using in DevOps project, that thing I will show you in this class, and it's totally a hands-on demo. And in this demo, I will create a VPC, I will create a subnet, I will create a root table, internet gateway, and I will create two EC2 in different subnet, and I will show you one VPC can be accessible from internet and other one is not accessible from internet, and how we can download software from that EC2 which have no internet connection. This thing I will be show in this demo. So before I start the to this class, just a quick reminder: if you haven't subscribed the channel, subscribe the channel, because after completing the 40 days AWS course, I will also create cloud and DevOps related video that will help your professional career. So don't forget to subscribe the channel. So now let's start today's class. Before I will give you the overview of the documentation, then I will show you the hands-on demo with the image. So introduction: what is VPC? VPC is a virtual private cloud network. It is the fundamental of AWS. So in the architecture, I will create a VPC. I will create two subnet. I will create one internet gateway, one NAT gateway, and two route table. And a public subnet is for internet access, and a private one is no internet access. Then for hands-on demo, with the steps I will follow: first I will create a VPC. For that purpose, I need to name the VPC. Then I will choose a CIDR block. Then I will create two subnet masks, one for public subnet, one for private subnet. Then I will create internet gateway to access the internet from that EC2. Then I will create IGW. Then I will attach that IGW in the VPC. Then I will create a root table. Then give a name. Then do add a route table to get internet access. So we are using this header table to going to internet to select that IGW, and we'll do associate subnet. This root table, we need to associate which subnet is follow that root table. That thing is subnet association. Then we launch the EC2 and do the step. So we'll do the EC2 IP and try to access login and make sure everything is working fine. Then we'll create a NAT gateway for that private EC2. Then do some steps to create a NAT gateway. So all steps are available in here. Then we'll try to access that EC2 from internet, and we'll try to show you how you can get internet from that EC2. So let me start the AWS console. So this is the AWS console, and if you type VPC, you can get the VPC dashboard. And let me show one thing in image. So this type of architecture we'll create. So this is the region, and we'll create a VPC, and under that VPC we'll create two subnet, one for public subnet and one for private subnet. And in the public subnet we will create a EC2. So for this EC2, we need to internet access. We need to create a IGW, and we'll create a root table. So when this EC2 is try to get internet, it will go to the root table, and root table will tell us for going to outside. You need to choose this IGW and get the internet. Okay, and we'll also create a private EC2 in the public subnet, and this EC2 have no public IP, so no one can access this EC2. So for that purpose, we need to as a user log in to that EC2 from outside, which is located in the public subnet. Then we'll log in from this EC2 to this EC2, so because they are same private network, so this EC2 have access to this EC2. So you can log in that EC2, and after login you try to download something, but you are not able to access. Then we'll create a NAT gateway. So by this NAT gateway, we'll also create a root table. So when this EC2 is try to access internet, it go to the root table, and by this root table, it will send to NAT gateway, and by NAT gateway we can get access to the internet. But no one other user, so like other user, not able to access this EC2 because this one have no public IP. So normally this type of architecture we are using in our production level server. So this is like web server. So we are using web server in public EC2, and we are no database are very sensitive issue. So database is located in the private subnet. So in the real time, no one can access this DB server directly. For getting DB server, we need to connect any EC2 of this server Then by this EC2 we can log in this server. So like normally we are using another EC2. This is type EC2 is called bastion host. So when we try to do any work in our private subnet or DB, then we need to log in that bastion host or any EC2 in the public subnet. Then we do some work. So after done our work, we can shut down that EC2. So when we are shut down this EC2, no one have access to this DB. So this way our DB is 100% secure. So this is the way we are follow when are working in our production level. So this type of architecture we are doing in this demo. So now go to the console again and show the demo. So this is a VPC dashboard. For creating a VPC, we need to just click the VPC. Then you can see this one is already created for us. This is default VPC. So every region have a VPC which already created by AWS. So who have like no idea to create a VPC or how to do everything work, AWS is already created the architecture for us. So if anyone have no idea how to create VPC, they can use this VPC. But normally when you're using any application, so we are trying to create a separate VPC. So for creating a VPC, we just need to click the create VPC. So here we need to give a name. So let me give a name like VPC1. Sorry. VPC1, then we need to choose a CIDR block. Let me try 10.0.0.0/16, and it is public CIDR, and there is one option tendency dedicated. So let me choose the default. If you choose dedicated, it will get some extra charges. So make sure to choose the default. Then keep everything same. So name tag will be VPC1. So we just give the name of the VPC and just put the CIDR block. So create VPC. So our VPC is created. Now we need to create a subnet. So we need to create 2 subnet, and all steps I already put in the documentation. So we'll create VPC and then configure VPC. Then we need to put subnet and make sure subnet should be in under this CIDR block. So 10.0.0. So we'll choose one block from that one. So one for public, one for private. So this is the VPC. Now create a subnet. Just click the click create subnet button. Make sure you use VPC. And one thing is very important: when it create a VPC, make sure if any other VPC is created in that block, which is this one, make sure this CIDR block and this CIDR block is completely different. Otherwise, you have no access to create VPC pairing. So make sure 2 VPC CIDR block is different. So this one is 10.0.0/16. So let me choose that one, and now give a subnet name. So let me try to give a like public pub like public sub 1. Then you can choose if you want. Let me choose the US East 1. Now you can choose the CIDR block which is just copied. So we'll just take a one block from that subnet, a CIDR block VPC. So then name tag is public sub. Create subnet. So now we need to create a subnet for private. So click private, say create subnet, then choose the VPC, give the name private sub 1. Ability to let me choose US East 1B, and CIDR block, let me choose the another block, so 2. So it's create 2 subnet. Let me filter that one. So if you go that one and select VPC, and let me check which VPC ID we have. So if you go to your VPC, you can see, yeah, every VPC have a ID. So you create this one. So our ID is 16F, last digit 16F. So you can filter 16F. Then it will show only those subnet which are created under this VPC. So we are created 2 VPC, public sub 1 and private sub 1. Now we need to create internet gateway and root table to get internet access from the public subnet. So we'll create 2 root table, and for one internet to get internet access for public subnet. So this is the default one. So create internet gateway IGW1, so VPC1, create internet gateway. Then you need to attach this IGW to that VPC. Let me attach, click that one, and VPC1 is already available. This one only free. So attach internet gateway. So we create internet gateway and attach the internet gateway to that VPC. Okay, so now we need to create two root table. So when we are created VPC, one root table is automatically created. This one for that one. So we need to create different root table. So give a public root table, and you need to choose your VPC. So you need to add your subnet in that root table. So go to the subnet association, edit subnet association, and we need to add public one. So let me click public subnet associate. Now same way we need to create another root table for private. So private root table VPC1, create subnet association, edit subnet association, we need to add private. Okay, now go to the root table again. So any request to which you want to go to access internet, we need to add that one. So go to the public and root table, go to the root table, edit root table. So any request, like all except this one, if anyone want to access internet, that means this one. So if any request need to access internet, you need to select 0.0.0.0/0, then you need to select internet gateway, and you can choose your internet gateway which you just created. Select that one. Okay, so we created internet gateway, and now if we create any user EC2 under that subnet, how we can do that, let me show. So let me open the EC2 console. So click running instance, launch instance, put a name A1, keep everything same. Just need to choose T2 micro to reduce my costs because I'm not in feature cap. So now for key pair, let me create a key pair because I want to show you something. So key1, bam, create key pair. So let me copy that key pair in my location. Okay, key1. So go to the console. This is extra work, but I want to show something. That's why I want to do this. So chmod 400 key pair, then key1. I'll leave this. Okay. So we just choose the key1. Let me refresh. This one. For choose the VPC setting option, we need to choose the edit. Otherwise, this one showing the default one. You can see this is the default one. For choose your VPC, you need to click the edit one. Then you can choose your VPC. So VPC1, when you choose the VPC, it will show your subnet. So first we want to create a EC2 from the public subnet. So we need to choose the public one. Then you need to select enable IP. Then for security group, you can create a security group. Let me VPC 1 April. You give a name, and this is just allow the SSH. So just want to test the CC2 is working properly. So just allow the SSH. So security group and keep everything same. So let me create launch. Select view instance. Now SSH minus I, keep here our is key1, and the IP is this one. So you can see we are able to access internet. So if you type ping www. Showing ping, that means it's properly getting internet. Now same way we'll create another EC2 in the private subnet. So launch instance. So let me give a A2 T2 micro. Keep here I should key1. Same way for choosing VPC, you need to click edit, then VPC1. This one I will choose the private one. So when you choose private, this one have no option to get internet because this one have no internet gateway or something. We also didn't add the root table entry, so we choose private subnet. Then security group we already create, so let me choose same one. So VPC 1 April, and keep everything same. Just make sure you choose the private subnet on EC2. Okay, let's launch instance. Oh, so let me cross that one. So this one is pending. This below two are different. We're not using this. So this one is pending, so it will come. So you can see this one have no public ITP. So we are not able to get internet to that EC2, but we have to log in that EC2. So how we can log in? So I already shown the image. We need to log in this EC2, then by this EC2 we log in this EC2. So from login, after login this EC2 to log in this EC2, you need that private key. So how you can get that thing I will show you here. That's why I create that one. So we are in this subnet. So let me create a let first copy that one. So cat so I need this key. So make sure you copy properly. So we need to create a key, key dot pem, and copy everything. Then okay, now you can able to access that EC2 to SSH minus I key, then EC2 dash user slash, let me grab the private IP of that EC2. So A2, and this private IP is this. So click that one. So we are logging that EC2. You can see this is the different IP, and that was our public one, and that's the private one. Now if you try ping, you are not able to ping anything. So ping www.google.com, you can see you are not able to access internet, but we need internet because we need to install some package or something. So how we can do that, I will show you now. So for getting internet in our private EC2, we need to create a NAT gateway. So if you are in VPC dashboard, you can see here is a NAT gateway. So click the NAT gateway. This was I created before. So click NAT gateway. So give a NAT 2. Keep everything same. Just make sure you choose the right VPC and make sure you have the public, because by this NAT gateway you need to get accesses. So that's why you need to choose public. Before they it will do some changes. By default now private is disabled, so no one can access. So you need to choose private. It's automatically keep it's same. So create NAT gateway, and it will take a little bit time, like 2 to 3 minutes. So if you see this pending, so if you go to NAT gateway, you can see it's going pending, and it will take around some time. So now get to the root table. So let me open another. So we have created private root table. So let me filter VPC, say MOA is 16EF. So it will show the private and public one. So VPC1, VPC1. So our one is private. Okay. So if you click root table, you need to get entry to get internet access. So edit root table, add root, same way for 000/0 to getting outside. To getting internet, you need to choose NAT gateway. Then you can see your NAT gateway which you created. Select that one, save changes. Then you can see there is a black hole. So when the NAT gateway is not available, it will be showing this thing. So after our NAT gateway is available, that thing will be gone and it will show active. Then you can access the internet. So let me go to the NAT gateway option. I need to wait around 2 to 3 minutes. So when it active, that black hole will be gone and we'll be able to access. So let me pause the video when it active. So now we can see it's showing available. For getting this, you just make a refresh here. So you can see it's available now. So now if you go to the that board, so private root table option. So if you now refresh that page, you can see that will be active now and black hole will be gone. So make sure there is no black hole. Now if you go to the EC2, you can see the ping will be getting. So let me go to the EC2. You can see our ping is working fine. So make sure you close and open it. You can see the ping is working fine. So now this way we can download any package or something to the private EC2. So let me go to the image again. So now this EC2 and these EC2 DB server all is getting internet, but no one can have access outside to getting this EC2. So this way we can properly 100% secure in our private EC2, and if we want to get put some sensitive information in, we will try to do those things in the private subnet. So that way our data will be completely secure. So now if you want to delete this entire project, you need to go to the console. So one by one we'll do. So let me go to the console. These are the more expensive one. So our EC2 is A1 and A2. So terminate. So if you found anything is not able to delete, I will show that thing one by one. So first you need to delete the EC2, then we'll try to delete the subnet or root table. Let me delete the root table first. So root table is in the VPC section. So root table, because these root tables are associated with this ID, so better. So for private root table, this one is private. Go to the root table and edit root table. Remove this one. If anyone is attested NAT or NAT gateway or internet gateway, that one is not possible to delete. So that's why I do this way, and it will take time. So if you don't delete the root table. So let me root table delete. So now our root table entry is gone. So go to the internet gateway. So let me try to delete that one. Detach from VPC. Then detach. So you can see we already get a message internet gateway is unsuccessful. Network VPC has some mapping. Please unmap that one. So sometime it will take some time. So let me do something more. So we are in VPC subnet. Let me delete this subnet. Delete subnet. So we delete the subnet. Internet gateway will delete it. NAT gateway we need to delete. And NAT gateway have some charge, so make sure you just try to use as low as possible. So it's going to delete. So now we are in our root table. Let me delete that root table. Our root table associate cannot be deleted now, so you need to wait some time. So now we can delete. So our root table is deleted. So internet gateway deleted. So we didn't now select the internet gateway and choose detach from VPC. Now it's come. Let me try now. Still is not able to delete. No, go to the subnet again. So go to the VPC, select your VPC. Let me try to that one. So delete VPC. Let's see. I acknowledge. So if you select that one, it will automatically delete all deleted thing. So you need to type that one. It will delete all related thing we created in that VPC. So need to wait. So let me refresh. So mistakenly we delete the default VPC one. So let me choose that one again. VPC action. So our VPC is not available now. So now if you go to the internet gateway, you can see no internet gateway is available now because we delete all VPC. So root table also gone. So internet gateway gone and NAT gateway already deleted. So everything is deleted now. So these way you can delete everything. So make sure after did the demo you do everything. Now let me go to the documentation again. So this is the documentation. So all steps we done: private subnet, internet gateway, ATAS. All steps are available here. So let me tell something. So all steps I did, everything is here. EC2 private subnet, make sure not public IP, cannot be SSS. For NAT gateway, test internet. So for real dev architecture, we already told that. So public subnet, we are doing load balancer at Bastion, whose Bastion is like who is that server from getting access to private EC2. That type of EC2 is called Bastion host. And private subnet, we are deploying application or database, and NAT gateway is secure internet access. So common mistakes are normally when they are doing no root table to IGW, so no internet access. NAT gateway is wrong subnet. So if you deploy NAT gateway in different subnet, then it will not working, and wrong root table associate. So if you associate different subnet in your root table, then it will also not working. So summary, so VPC is the network related subnet for segment unit part by part, IGWZ for internet access, and NAT gateway is private subnet internet. So for your homework, you need to create a VPC, then you will create two subnet, private and public, then create a NAT gateway and add your NAT gateway in your root table, then test the connectivities, everything was working fine. So if you face any issue, you can just give a comment section. I will do the reply as early as possible. So that's all for today's video. So if you found this video is helpful, don't forget to subscribe the channel. In the next video, we'll discuss how we can create a VPC pair. Normally VPC is not able to access from one VPC to a VPC, so we will show the thing how we can do that thing. So VPC pairing is our next topic. So up to that time, best of luck. Bye.